Ow. Ow. Come on!
I want this to be the opener.
Shut up. It's not going to be the opener. Joe, don't put that... Ah, damn it.
Hardleg and his friends, they're gonna play a lot of games. It's Legsplay.
Stupid potato people and the things with their stuff.
I hate them.
I hate them. I want to eat them, and they won't let me. There's 8 of them. You ready, old man?
Here you go, Blob.
I've decapitated fingers for you. I hope you enjoy.
Woo, Daisy! Bet I could play the piano with these puppies.
That is horribly
You
morbid.
know what a piano is. You done right by me, son. Here's a little token. Tell you what, since you're in the hunting mood, maybe...
I don't see how those two things...
Well, you want teeth
What?
now?
I've been thinking...
Fine, whatever. I don't care. Let's just get out of here where people don't want me to decapitate things. I have no idea what he gave me, by the way. Something, maybe. I don't know. Welcome back to Legsplay.
Hey.
Hardleg Joe here once again with Bootleg Drew.
Hey, how you guys doing?
And, fuck, we were going to say this in the first episode,
Oh,
and I
yeah.
completely forgot, where it was like, Cardsworth was in the first series,
Yeah.
and he couldn't make it to this one. Oh, 2,000 gold. Neat.
Yeah, it's only the 3rd episode.
Yeah, it's the 6th episode overall.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we were going to have, like, Cardsworth couldn't make it this time, so I was like, fuck it, we'll have Bootleg Drew. No idea if it's going to continue with Bootleg Drew. Maybe Cardsworth will be back. Maybe you'll both be... Oh, wait, you probably don't want to come back. Maybe we can find more questions. This will be the question series.
This will be a good question series.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not going to talk about it for its compelling story. What?
General Gaius, you asked for me?
Your report, Commander.
Oh,
What
it's a
news,
cat. It
Commander?
looks like a human with a really
Scots
bad
believe
beard
he
for a
is alive,
second.
No, he's got cat
But
ears.
his actions are curious.
Curious. How so?
Am I
He
the
ventured
general's
into the
son?
Sagarin caverns and saved a village of natives. As I understand it, his actions got the water flowing again. If what you tell me is true, Cassius would never.
No.
Cassius would
Cassius
never
would
help
never.
people.
Keep me informed of the situation, Commander. That is all.
Am I the general's son?
Probably.
Daughter?
When did you grow a heart, my friend?
Oh.
Most unlike you.
If you can't tell, we like to burn cities and such, so...
Yeah.
Hey, there we go. There's actually some places around here we can, like, dodge under that I couldn't get to before, so I'm
Do
gonna
you
explore
really?
around here.
Okay. I'm going to get the
If you can
question
go ahead,
book
yeah.
out.
We'll go back
Alright.
to, like, the original place, and then that'll allow you to... Yep, there we go. Couldn't get through here before. I don't know why it's dark. But yeah, you can answer, you can do your questions.
Alright.
Go for it.
Okay, that's kind of cool. Alright, so someone builds an optical portal that allows you to see a version of your own life in the future, but it's essentially a crystal ball that shows a randomly selected image of what your life will be like in 20 years. You can only see into this portal for 30 seconds. When you finally peer into the crystal, you see yourself in a living room, 2 decades older than you are today. You are watching a Canadian football game and you're extremely happy. You're wearing a CFL jersey.
Canadian Football League.
Okay. Your chair is surrounded by books and magazines that promote Canadian Football League, and there are CFL pennants covering your walls. You are alone in the room, but you are gleefully muttering about historical moments in Canadian football history. It becomes clear that you, for some unknown reason, have become obsessed with Canadian football. And this future is static and absolute. No matter what you do, this future will happen. The optical portal is never wrong. This destiny cannot be changed. The next day, you're flipping through television channels and randomly come across a preseason CFL game between the Toronto Argonauts and the Saskatchewan Roughriders. Knowing your inevitable future, do you watch it? I mean, if it's inevitable, might as well see what this Canadian football is all about.
Maybe there's something to it.
Yeah.
See, the way I see it, like, I have no interest in Canadian football now. Like,
Yeah.
that may be my fate or whatever.
Yeah.
But until I'm interested in it, I'm not really interested in watching it.
I mean,
I don't care what future me is going to do. Me right now has no interest in football, Canadian or otherwise. Who knows? Maybe I just pose for that picture at one point.
Yeah. You know, maybe that's like part of a commercial
Yeah.
for the Canadian Football League, and it's like, you don't know the context of the orb. All you can tell is that you might really, really dig Canadian football.
It seems like you really, really
Yeah.
dig Canadian. Maybe you're dating a girl who really loves Canadian football and she's
so
in the bathroom at that
Yeah,
moment.
exactly. Like, it specifies that you're only one moment.
It is really interesting, though. Like, I like to think about that in context of, like, 15-year-old me
Yeah.
and, like, sees me 20 years from now, like, sitting in, like, my parents' basement, like, eagerly talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! And it's like, cause I didn't play Yu-Gi-Oh! Until I was, like, 22.
Right.
So if you had asked me about Yu-Gi-Oh! When I was, like, 15, 16 or whatever, I would have been like, the fuck?
You know, it's
Fucking Yu-Gi-Oh!
fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, this really guy? So yeah, you don't know what the future, like, what context led you to like it.
Yeah.
Like, if it's just randomly flipping on a TV channel, no, I'm not gonna watch it for that, though. Like, I don't want my future to become about that just because I randomly watch something on TV. I want my future to, like, there wants to be a reason or a context, in my opinion. Something that sparks this fire of Canadian football love.
Comment in the comments. Not obviously like last time, we're answering these questions.
Right.
If you somehow missed the last episode, you're weird. But we're answering questions from Sex, Drugs, and Cocoa Puffs, and we want you guys to answer as well. But in addition to that, if you already like Canadian football, let us know about that as well.
Why did you say that with a straight face, Joe?
I'm curious to know if we have any Canadian football fans in the audience.
Why can't you say that with a straight face?
I'm not even sure if there is a Canadian football league.
It's a real thing.
How do you know?
Because the Toronto Argonauts are a real team.
I certainly hope so, for your sake. The Canadians will come after you. I know we have some Canadian fans. Joe Average is Canadian.
I believe I play with one of the Canadian Patreon people. I can't remember. I play on Warframe with him every once in a while.
Probably Joe Average. He has
Yeah.
the big guild. Yep. I like how I got all the way here and all I got was like some money. Nothing really of any interest. Now I'm just trying to get out. But the enemies at the start of the game aren't very much more difficult or easy than the enemies at the end of the game, despite the fact that I've leveled up so much.
Yeah.
I'm just going to change to lightning, not because it's more powerful or more effective, but just because I'm tired of seeing fiery explosions. I feel like seeing lightning explosions for now.
Alright, and with that, I'm gonna switch to number 17. Alright, so you're sitting in an empty bar in a town you've never before visited. I've actually done this. Drinking Bacardi with a soft-spoken acquaintance you barely know. After an hour, a third individual walks into the tavern and sits by himself. You ask your acquaintance who the new man is. Be careful of that guy, you are told.
Hello again, my friend.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay.
That's fine.
Be careful of that guy, you are told. He is a man with a past. A few minutes later, a fourth person enters the bar. He also sits alone. You ask the acquaintance who this new individual is. Be careful of that guy, too. He is a man with no past. Which of these people do you trust less?
A man whose past is mysterious, or a man whose past is known and is looked down upon?
I don't know. I would trust them both because I'm an idiot. So I don't.
I'm
really...
a trustworthy guy. That's just how I am.
I'm just like a puppy dog. Like, I'll go up and make friends with both of them and buy them around and see what happens. I'm kind of curious about both their pasts. Like, I'm just naturally that kind of guy. So, like, this question seems a little stupid to me. Like, why would you not try to, like, give
it's
them
one of
the
those
benefit
things,
of the doubt?
like, it almost sounds, well, I mean, it doesn't say you can't hang out with
Yeah.
either one of them. It's just who do you trust more or less.
Right.
It's basically just trying to ask you, like, do you like the known evil or the unknown?
I'll stick with the evil, crazy monster I know, thank you very much.
Yeah, for me personally, it's very much the, I'm a man with no past.
Right.
It's not because I've hidden anything or I have dark secrets. It's because I'm a boring guy. And I just chill out and I don't really do a whole lot. So I trust that guy.
Right.
I'm going to assume that he's not, like, hiding his past, that he's not on, like, some sort of, like, government watch list and, like, he needs to hide his identity for whatever reason.
Right.
I'm going to assume he just hasn't done much interesting.
Which would lead you to be more trustworthy. I understand.
Yeah. I'd rather take the guy that I'm like, I don't know anything about him, than the guy who's like, that guy's an asshole, and everyone knows he's an asshole.
Because of this, yeah.
Hey, it's chapter 3.
Love.
I like these little art things. That's something I like about them. Also, they're like rabbit people, and then they're like rabbits. It's getting weird vibes. Oh, hey, how's it going?
Well, I don't believe it. Dust, is that you, mate?
I told you there was an Australian guy.
All the way out here. Why, I'm heeding the call of grand
And his name is
adventure,
Augustin,
venturing
apparently.
forth to seek.
Actually, Cora asked me to show her the way to some...
The Sorrowing Meadow. Right, that's it.
The Sorrowing Meadow.
Why she...
Nope.
Looks like we're not getting up these mountains.
Alright, anyway, I'm gonna go back to the question.
Well, we better go.
So I don't know, I'd like to know, like, more context. I'd like, building trust, like, I guess immediate trust, I'd trust the guy with a past, or a past, because he's like, that means he's done shit, and he's gotten out and stayed alive, so, like, if I get in a situation, I want to be with the guy who's at least survived his situation.
Oh, hey.
Hey, Cthulhuan type horrors.
Welcome to Blighttown.
Welcome to Blighttown, yeah, exactly.
The Sorrowing Meadow. Or what was that place in Half-Life 2?
Oh, I can't remember, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Hey, zombies, you like lightning?
You like lightning? 'Cause I use a lot of it.
I'm a lightning master. I'm a lightning slayer. I'm a guitar player.
But yeah, so that's my logic for trusting him. But then again, I don't know. I gotta know more about this guy and what specifically is his past.
What is his unknown past?
Or what is it, or even the known guy's past. Like,
Yeah.
the friend didn't tell me, he just told me he's a guy with the past. Well, what does that even mean?
My friend, why are you talking in riddles, friend? This is not a movie.
This is not a movie. Just
See, that's
like,
the thing to me, it's like, that strikes of more like a writing prompt than an actual, like, question.
Yeah.
It's like, you sit down with two men, one has a past and one has no past. Like, well, he exploded.
He explodes. Apparently those explode.
Such things just happen from time to time. That's just how the world works.
But yeah, it does sound more like a writing prompt than a question of philosophy.
Yeah, it's sort of like write a story about these two people interacting.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead on the next one.
Alright. You have won a prize. Oh, good. The prize has two options. Oh, I hate this. You can choose either, but not both. The first option is a year in Europe with the monthly stipend of $2,000. Okay. The second option is 10 minutes on the moon. Fuck the moon. I'm going to Europe.
Going for your... How long is it?
It's the first option is a year in Europe with a monthly stipend of $2,000. Which in this day and age would be roughly...
You could probably do it like 3,000.
Yeah,
4,000 maybe.
Yeah. Well, that's if you wanted to do the equivalent, because like euros transfer to basically you would only have like...
Oh, yeah, I thought you were
only
just...
have like $1,000 in euros with $2,000 American.
I thought you were talking about transferring it as far as like this was written in like the early 2000s.
Well, that also, like, you'd also need way more as well, but like, you'd also, like, 2,000 would only be like 1,000 euros.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty much enough to live, like, better than minimum wage.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, the point being, I would do the Europe. Like, fuck the moon. Like, yeah, I get it, it's the moon, but like, I also, it's not mysterious enough anymore for me to want to explore it. Like, it's a bunch of craters. It's a planet with nothing to really explore other than craters, and I need my air source. It doesn't guarantee me any of that nonsense.
3 Bs over and over again.
Like, there's no one else to interact with or share that moment with either. Like, yeah, I'd be on the moon, but then I can just, like, it's like being Neil Armstrong and the other astronauts most of the other people don't really know.
Yeah, for me, like I would pick. I get why you'd pick that.
Yeah.
Oh, you got a phone
yeah,
call?
I got a phone call.
Okay, 1 second.
Sorry, folks. I have an emergency at home to take care of.
Drew has to get going, so
Yeah,
unfortunately,
so,
it's fine. I'll just have
Joe-
to explain the moon to myself.
Yeah, Joe was solo the rest of the episode.
It's okay. I solo every Legsplay, every Yu-Gi-Oh
Yo,
thing.
you think? Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so
but-
we'll be good.
All right,
It's cool.
All
Thanks
right.
for coming
no
out.
No problem. I'll see you around. All right.
It's just you and me now, ladies and gentlemen. I hope I can keep you company. Oh, hey, look. It's a.
What is that thing?
That's a good question. It's like a raptor mantis.
You're surprised?
Is it an
But
ego
has
raptor?
Evil knife hands. Evil knife hands.
Beware the evil knife hands. Ow. Oh, this is a boss. Well then. Whoa, hey. Oops, not what I wanted to do. And again, just rely on Fidget to do everything. Magic solves all problems. You didn't stand a chance, evil knife hands. It'd be funny if after we defeated her, she was just sort of like, "No, please, I'm just trying to get to the grocery store." But we just assumed because she was a raptor with evil knife hands that, you know, she was evil. I miss Drew. But you know, he's got to do what he's got to do. I can't. Sometimes these things happen. Sometimes you just got to make a do with what you got to make a do with. Depending on how things turn out with this series, you know, we may or may not be able to get more people for the next sessions of this. I may end up having to do this on my own. Oop, 1 second. Doop, 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 doop. Huzzah! Ah! It was full of evil! Not evil. Why'd they put pink bugs in here? At least I got another hot dog. Yum. But yeah, as far as the question, though, I almost forgot. I would pick the moon just because I don't have a year to, like, spend fucking around in Europe. Like, I suppose I could do my Let's Play stuff from Europe. But I'd be spending all my time, like, inside for the most part. Like, maybe I could go to, like, a European locals or something. I don't know, it just seems like a hassle. I'm not really all that big into, like, experiencing other people's cultures and stuff like that. Not that there's anything wrong with, like, cultures that aren't my own. Obviously, it's pretty good to get to know a wide variety of people and stuff like that. I'm just not all that interested in, like, leaving. I'm comfortable where I am. I'm perfectly fine just sort of, like, talking to people and learning about things there. I don't need to travel around Europe. I don't know what I would do, like, in Europe that I can't do here already. I guess I'm sure there's, like, sites and touristy things to see, but I don't know. Especially with, like, the internet, like, I have a lot of patrons and fans who, like, are European, so I know it's not the same as, like, living there and, like, existing in their culture and all that stuff, but I get to interact with Europeans already. So I don't feel like I'm missing, like, a whole bunch of stuff. 100 points of combo! Chain broken because of explosions. Oh. I am on fire. I forgot you put yourself out by wiggling your sword around. It's been a while since the mechanics of the fire have been involved in this. And yeah, you also have to let us know, like, I'm always curious when it comes to Let's Plays like this. Because they're such a weird format. Because in some ways, just answering those questions, it's almost like a podcast. The visuals don't even matter. We're barely talking about the game at all. So you'll have to comment, like, do you like that, or would you prefer if we were more invested in what was going on? That was, again, talking with Jordan when I first started, or when we were going to start doing this again. Oh, hey, more hot dogs. I suspected that you would return. we were talking to Jordan about doing this again, he at first thought that perhaps I wouldn't want to play this again because I seemed so against it at the first time we played it. I was so negative. But it's not like a terrible game. Like, if you want something to, like, kill time, I'm certainly having fun mashing buttons.
Oh,
I'm just not invested in the story or anything.
outside Aurora, remember? Old Cora, they call me.
I don't remember you, actually.
Crazy old Cora.
Yes, I remember you now.
How did you get all the way out here with all the monsters?
These meadows are
Bah! I've known these meadows since I was young. There's not a creature here that could
The
harm
creatures
me.
were good the whole
I'm
time.
sensing some...
There is something odd about this part of the meadow. Almost as if the creatures are...
If that's the case, then you should be safe if...
Well, that's impossible, my dear. I'm not here to sightsee. I have a task to complete. Crazy.
You really shouldn't be wandering around.
Oh, I couldn't dare
I
impose.
couldn't dare
It's a
impose,
dangerous task.
not without
You've
my
done So
glasses.
much for Aurora. I'd hate to ask more of you.
No, it's all right. We're searching for
There
the
is a
Lord
giant
of the
army
State.
threatening
I've been told
everything,
he can
but
help me.
it's
Perhaps
fine.
while we're searching for
We can
him,
take some
we can
time out
find
of our
whatever it
busy
is you're
day to
looking
do
for.
some stuff. You know how it is. Oh, whoops. Wait, I
Really,
could
then?
skip.
Well, then our goals are aligned, my dear boy.
What is it you need?
There are
Yada
4
yada.
mansions in these meadows. Within each mansion is an item of great personal importance to me and my...
Each one are
Well,
attuned to the
master
one of the
of
4
this
elements by
Take this
mastering the
famous
mansions.
gem, my dear. You can use it. Dust, I'm still not...
Neither am I, Fidget.
Yeah, but...
It's fine.
Is
She
that
got
it,
here.
Cora? 4 items, 4 mansions?
For all our...
4 items, 4 mansions. What, you have another quest? Oh, okay. That's just showing that a quest is needed to be done. Not sure if I need to do the side quests or if I have to. I got the green resonance gem. Was that the one over here? The colors are a little hard to tell. Okay, yep, green. I still don't know how to slide in the air, or if you even can. No, it doesn't look like it. You pretty much have to be on the ground. Hey! I like keys. I'm a Keyblade master. I wonder where these winds come from. Are they a natural thing? Aha! Delicious wall chicken. Which I should probably be eating. Oh hey, now I can use this on the keys I just found. Bada bingo, bada bango. The coward's pendant. Let's see what that does, shall we? +2 to regen, plus times 0.5, 20 luck. Huh. My attack would go way down though. Weird that +2 attack makes it go so much higher. I'm confused. Oh, well, I should have had that on quite a while ago. Let me look at everything I got equipped. Do I have a better? Yep, that's just better in every way. Key items. I've got all sorts of residents and a bunch of sheep. Nope, those 2 rings. Okay, we're good. Although, yeah, I was going to... Let's put the wall chicken here, because the wall chicken do almost nothing. But at least I have access to them. I'll use those first before I start using my precious hot dogs. Burn, bugs! Burn! Oh, it didn't... The firebomb didn't take out the wasp nest. Okay, that's to be expected from time to time. But yeah, let us know if you like the sort of like podcast random discussion style, or if you'd like to hear us talk more about the game. I think especially if we do get Drew back here. Because Drew did spend some time trying to be a game designer. He knows about it more than, like, the average person. So he probably does have... We do have some interesting things we could talk about, like where this succeeds and where it fails in game design. Obviously, I think its biggest failings is just, like, narratively, I can't really get invested in it. Oh, hey. There we go. Oh, okay. Or not. Am I hitting this thing? I cannot tell. Do I have to kill all the zombies first? Is that how this works? Well, he sounded like a truck. But I did it. Come to me, glorious gems. Be mine. I think I just killed a wizard. Was that a wizard? Yeah, it kind of brings up... I don't know. I almost want to look, like, into the development of this game. Because I'm curious what the big motivation was. Like, did they have this character in the story that they wanted to tell, and then they built the game around it? Or did they have, like, a really good idea for a combat, and then they, like, built the story after the fact? Because it's just weird that they would put so much effort into the story when it doesn't really, like... Like, the story and the combat almost exist within two separate rooms. Like, there's nothing about... You're never, like, talking to people and doing the combat at the same time. It's like one or the other. Alright, well, I can't go there. Hup! Sorry, I get distracted by fighting things. It's really good to have a co-host in this kind of... Oh, well then. I'll have to come back for that. Oh, they can't hit the spikes? That's going to be a difficult... I don't really have a lot of trouble. I don't really have a lot of control over where they go. Huh. So these all have timers, and I'm just like... But they don't start timing until... Oh, okay, they give you one extra.
I am here.
Yeah, I know you're here to serve. Switch to sell mode. Let's sell the simple pendant. I might want that at some point, because it has, like, so much luck. I don't know what luck does, but what if, like, the ending has to do with luck? Old cloth vest. Yep, we're good. Yeah, it'd be interesting because it's one of those things like I almost feel like this game couldn't have come fully formed. Oh, am I gonna fight against that 3-wolf shirt? I've heard legends about that. Also, I'm not healing when I go under things. Here's mansion number 1. Time to fight the Haunted Mansion, the movie, the game. It's a spooky ghost.
What is that thing?
Dust. That being exists in a place that I cannot reach.
Oh, okay. I'm just running from things then. Gotcha. Interesting. Uh-oh. Okay, good. He didn't dodge. Oh, okay. I was wondering, like... It seemed like a race at first. Like I was trying to keep away from it. I wonder if the magic hurts it. I've just got to assume.
I think so. Is that who...
Well, this Cora woman better start...
Huh. So the ghost just stopped... Well, I guess that's better than nothing. That was just weird, though. An old painting? Iron grip. Oh, okay. Yeah, just the... Yeah, again, just the weird way that all this stuff, like, comes together. None of this, like, feels organic. It's sort of like, who would come up with, like, Dust's design and be like, he should be able to climb walls and dash underneath things. I don't know. Like, the game clip, I don't know, because part... Whoa, uh-oh. Okay, there we go. Platforming. The combat in general, like, I could see someone who might want, like, a 2D spectacle fighter, which is what I would call this, because it's got the combo meter. The combat's not particularly hard. It's more about being, like, stylish while you do it and comboing than it is about straight up, like, being able to do the combat. Whoop. Okay, well that was weird. Yeah, it's more about the combo, so I could see someone wanting to make that. It's just weird that they would put these Metroidvanias in here. The Metroidvania aspects. Especially ones like this that, like, aren't particularly fun to use. Maybe I've been spoiled by Hollow Knight. Because in Hollow Knight, just about every power you get is, like, fun to use in some way. Like, all the travel powers, even if you don't want to just go back. Like, with here, like, I've got this vine climbing. So it's like, okay, now I can go back to the places where I can climb vines and use that. There was something over here, some sort of document I saw during that. Note, Servant 1. Alright. Yeah, so like there's, in Hollow Knight, there's like a dash you get that like shoots you down into the ground. And like, yeah, there are parts earlier in the map where like the ground is clearly breakable, and you want to go back to those. But the ground dash in general is also like a fun combat move that you can use in like specific situations. So it's like, either way, like, even if you don't want to explore necessarily, having that is still, like, a fun thing. As opposed to these, guess I should save. As opposed to, like, the vine climbing that, like, doesn't really add any gameplay, it's just now you can access the rest of the map. Or more parts of the map.
Please.
Oh, I found one of them. Oh yeah, and then there was vines over here. Who knows? We'll see. Maybe there's like some weird, cool, like jumping, platforming things you can do with the vine jump that I'm like missing. Maybe it'll get more fun. It's just weird. It's sort of like it seems almost like it was an afterthought. Like they needed some way to get you off, and they just decided that climbing would be one of the ways. Like, very mechanical in that sense, if you know what I mean. I don't know. I'll have to play some more Metroidvania, because I really liked Hollow Knight, but I haven't really played all that many. I'm trying to think of other ones. I really liked Super Win the Game. That had some Metroidvania aspects to it. And I guess that had... I'm trying to remember the powers you got in that one, but that was another one where it's like, you get a double jump and you get the ability to like swim in lava and stuff like that. So every time you got something, like it's a platformer for the most part, and every time you got a skill, it made the platforming more fun. At least the skills I remember. It's possible that there are skills that are like just serve a gatekeeping purpose and I completely forgot about them. That's what Zelda was up. Are Zeldas Metroidvanias? Some of them kind of are, and that like you need to get an item in each dungeon so that you can move forward in the level. Not necessarily like full of backtracking, but... Well, that was just weird. Oh, okay. I was gonna say, that wasn't even difficult. Now I got so much wall chicken. Oh, is there something else that, like... Okay. I'm guessing there's something to my right. Oh, that one's gonna blow up the other one, isn't it? Nope. Okay. Yeah, there's a wall to the right that you couldn't open with a 4-second timer. But a longer 10-second... Backtracking to get some fruit. Doing all the things that I hoot-de-doot. Alright. I don't know, I'm trying to think. I'd be interested, I forget if I talked to Jordan about what he likes about this game, because he does legitimately like this game. And I should notice, what was it? Me and Drew were talking about this earlier, like, I'm a very analytical kind of person, especially when it comes to, like, any kind of media, games, books, movies, and stuff. Like, I like to think really hard about stuff and, like, how it works. And to a lot of people, that can come across as, like, I don't like a thing. Like, oftentimes when, like, I'll do what I call music exchanges on the Discord. I don't do them as much as I used to. But I used to do a bunch of these music exchanges where, like, I'd get patrons, and we would listen to, we'd each pick songs, we'd take turn picking songs, and we'd make a big playlist of music. And oftentimes I'd listen to something and I'd, like, critique, like, oh, I don't like that they did this with the drums, or I don't like these kind of vocals, or I don't like this or that. Or I'd critique, like, I'd say why I don't like something, or that this was, like, an interesting choice, or not something that I normally listen to. And people would assume that that meant, like, I didn't like the song. It's like, no, there's tons of stuff that can be, like, flawed, or even just be, like, that's not quite my taste, that I don't hate. I'm open to, like, a whole bunch of stuff. I'm actually not very picky when it comes to, like, a media. Like, I'll listen to, like... Or I guess the better thing would be to compare it to movies. Like, I'm not really into, like, blockbuster movies where you're expected to just sort of, like, turn your brain off or whatever. I'll still watch them, though. Like, I might criticize them a lot, and I might say things, like, about the plot, but I still enjoy my time. Like, don't mistake the fact that I, like... Basically what I'm saying is, don't mistake the fact that I'm saying a lot of critiques about this game is that I think it's a terrible game. Because it's not terrible by any means. Perfectly serviceable. And, you know, maybe it's your style, and if it is your style, then I don't mean anything, like, insulting to you. Like, people have different tastes. We can like different things. Which always sounds like, it's one of those things like, I shouldn't have to explain this, right? And then you get people who are, like, talking about... Oh, wow, that's a long way up. How am I supposed to get that up here? At least they don't give it a timer. Okay, I just gotta alternate between the two, like, really quickly. There we go, I made it. Yeah, it's weird. When you say, like, obviously this is just my opinion, and even if I have critiques for something, I don't hate it. And a lot of people are like, well, yeah, obviously. But then there's always those people who hear your critiques and take it as, like, an assault on their senses. Like, if you're saying this game I like is bad, you're saying that I'm bad for liking it. Like, not really. I'm trying to think if there's, like, an example I could think of where that would be true. Like, maybe if something had, like, Nazi subtones? Overtones? Eat all the wall chicken. I don't know. Even then, it depends. Like, you can like certain things about certain pieces of media. Maybe there's a cartoon with, like, clearly fascist overtones, but the animation is amazing. Like, I'd understand. As long as you were like, I'm not cool with the fascism part. I gotta fight a bunch of these. I don't even know what's actually hitting these, if it's just, like... Does hurting the zombies hurt them, or are they getting hit by all this? Oh god. The chickens do so little damage. Why am I taking so much damage? I don't see what's hitting me. Well, I guess I'm down here now. That's just where I am. Hopefully there was nothing of interest up there that I had to get to. Fireballs. Fireballs. I think I'll do one... Next time I find a save spot, we'll probably end it there. This is neat and all, but it's just not the same, man. It's not the same without a co-host. At least we have more whatchamacallits. We have more questions for next time. Oh, I couldn't keep it up. Giggity. I was hoping to get the combo up past like 1,000. I think there's like an achievement for that somewhere. Alright, I'm guessing there's a thing to go down those at some point. Oh, that was... okay. I confused the bar underneath my health with my health. Oops. Oopsie doopsie. Oh, am I just completely on the other side of the lair? Am I back at, like... back at the graveyard, essentially? I have no idea where I'm at. Everything looks kind of samey. We'll see. Once I get over here, is this... No, okay, it's not exactly the same spot. Dang old zombos. I tell you what. They want you to increase zombo. Oh, it's one of you again. They made a big deal about these the first time they showed up, but they're not really anything special. Most of the enemies aren't anything special. Mostly because you only have, like, 3 attacks. You have, like, slash with your sword, spin your sword around, and shoot fireballs. And non-fireballs. I can now shoot lightning and white stuff. I mean, I could do that already, ladies. Ho ho. You jumped into the fire. Got a chicken bird woman thing waiting for us. Let's keep raising Fidget. Fidget and attack. I'm just going to have all the maximum attack and not worry about the health. Save money. Oh, you're not dead yet? Okay. Good, please die. I'm out of here, nerds. I don't get paid enough to deal with you. And then they fall down, and they're still barely alive. Fire and lightning fire. And back to 1. Oh, it's you again. Oh. Okay, so those explodey things do like 90% of my life. Maybe I should increase my life. Either way, I think I'm not paying a good enough attention. It's actually hard to focus with all the mobs and everything on screen to know the difference between tapping X and tapping Y. So I'm just going to leave it there for now. Thanks again to Jordan Sagarin for doing this. Comment in the comments if you'd like to see more. You'll probably see more again. We're doing this every 3 months unless he's tired of hearing of us talk on it. But we should come back to this. And, you know, until then, until next time, have a good one.
Comment in the comments if you comment in the comments. Comment in the comments if you comment in the comments. But if you like these guys, please subscribe. Comments.